Afternoon, folks. Wee Davy short. Anyway, it's Davy out the truck. In fact, not work, at home in his office. Sartor, North Lanarkshire. Cloudy, quite warm at 6 degrees, rain, and the forecast. So, what's today's Vox Pop about? Actually, it's about us. It's about the people. I'm seeing a lot of people saying that Nicola Sturgeon resigning was kicked Indy into the long grass and things like that. Could be. It could be that she quit to give the rest an out. We could call it Nicola Sturgeon's mandate and ask the people for a fresh mandate. Or we could stand on their necks and put pressure on to get the job done. Now, this video is inspired by Heather McInnes, who grew up in the GDR. All right, a repressive regime, a repressive regime, a bit like this one. You know, especially those who are political activists in the UK, they have been treated the same way that those in Russia, East Germany, Poland, or the Soviet Pact countries have been treated. If you're an activist in the UK, you're spied on. You're denied access to social events like social media. We're seeing this all the time. People get 30-day bans because Facebook doesn't like their political posts, doesn't like their activism. And of course, you can be held back for lucrative jobs and education here, especially the jobs. But as we know, that even the Labour Party and their trade unions were blackballing people back in the day because they were getting out of line, meaning they couldn't get work in the building industry and things like that, or in the mining industry, or in the steel industry. This is an oppressive regime. Now, the thing about independence is politicians don't deliver it, people do. And it happens when it's most unlikely to happen. But it's all due to people pressure. No people pressure on our politicians as such, but visible pressure from the people so that they can't be ignored. Of course, since the beginning of the pandemic, in fact, a wee bit before it, people stopped turning out the numbers to show a will from the people. And politicians, they will ignore us. They will procrastinate. They will do all sorts. If we don't keep them on their toes and keep them on direction. Miss Sturgeon made it clear. Alex Salmon made it clear. I'm making it clear. Politicians don't want independence. The people do. The people have to stand up and say they want it. And that means mass demonstration. That means civil disobedience en masse. Good example of that is people not paying their TV licence. That's civil disobedience. That's saying we're not paying you to pump propaganda into your households. So everybody that thinks that Nicola Sturgeon standing down has kicked us into the long grass, you could be right. Maybe Nicola did give the rest of them an out. After all, Alec gave Nicola an out. So maybe Nicola has given them an out for this particular manifesto. Give them a bit of time to try and find the route forward. But they don't want independence. We do. They can make demands of their masters in Westminster, they'll be ignored. The masters in Westminster will ignore us at their peril. Now, as I say, this post was inspired by a friend who grew up in the GDR. It was interesting what's going on the planet right now, right enough. 30 years ago, for the Velvet Divorce between the Czech Republic and Slovakia, the world celebrated. Yet the world stays quiet on Catalonia. And it would appear the world's staying quiet on Scotland's situation as well. The fact that our democracy is being denied has been ignored out of the pier. So if the international community is not going to condemn Westminster, we have to do it ourselves. So all this moaning about independence being kicked in the long grass, it is only in the long grass if we, you and me, don't get off our arses and push home the fact that we want our democracy to be respected. Whether you're on the north side of the argument or the yes side of the argument, this isn't just about independence anymore. This is about our democratic rights as a people. And all these bemoaners, and all them saying they're giving up, well, you're giving up your freedom and your democracy and your civil rights, your human rights. Give that some thought. Independence is in our grip if we get off our arse and take it. Have a nice day. Remember, activism is important. If we're all active, they can't watch us all. Eyes on the prize. Have a nice day. See you in a couple of hours.